Hello, this is Julian with Coffee Reviews, and today we will be recapping our reviews from the month of February 2023. And this video will feature three things: a discussion of our favorite coffee this month, as well as any honorable mentions, our upcoming coffee of the month, and anything else pertaining to this channel that we feel is worth discussing or addressing. So let's go ahead and start with our honorable mentions, and these are in order of when we reviewed them on this channel. And the first coffee we have is the Lazaro Constanza, the wash processed Guatemala from Roseline Coffee Roasters out of Portland, Oregon. And they're a coffee roaster that continues to impress us year after year. And it's for the same reason that this coffee impressed us, and that is the sweetness that it offers, as there were so many chocolate, caramel, and most notably nougat-like aspects, complemented by some wonderful florality. And that gave this coffee some great depth and complexity, and Roseline is a coffee roaster that I hope to review more of this year. One reason we haven't reviewed more of them in the past is that they don't offer too many higher end coffees. But given that every time we do review them, I do end up enjoying their coffee. Hopefully we'll get an opportunity to review more of them this year. This coffee is no longer available for purchase, and as a spoiler alert, none of the other coffees we're discussing here today are still available to be purchased. Next up, we have the Santiago Caro, the wash processed Colombia from Say Coffee. And this one right here was one of two coffees of the month from last month. And the reason we picked it as one of our coffees of the month was because of the variety that it offers. This one is the Chirroso. And while we haven't been as high on the Chirroso as so many others, I did enjoy this one for a number of factors, including the sweetness, as this one was sweeter than I traditionally experience from a lot of Say's wash processed Colombian coffees. But in addition to that, it did offer a great citric complexity to the cup, which captivated my interest enough for me to want to review more of the Chirroso coffees. And we do have more of them that we are working on here in the future. So if you guys do see a coffee roaster releasing some of the Chirroso coffees, then please let us know, because I am hoping to review more of them. Next up, we have the Guillermo Lomas, the wash processed Ecuador from Say Coffee. And this one was our other coffee of the month, and just like with the Santiago Caro, we picked this one because of the variety that it offers. And this one is the Mejorado, which has caught my interest a lot more due to the sweetness that it offers, as it is one of the sweeter varieties that I think I've ever had. In fact, my number one coffee of last year was of the Típica Mejorada, or the Mejorado variety. And I enjoyed this coffee for a lot of those same reasons, as this one was a very sweet cup. Probably the sweetest cup of coffee I've ever had from Say, as far as I can remember anyway. But in addition to that, it offered a lot of the same characteristics that Pepe Hijón had, which was the floral herbality, and in addition to that, this kind of interesting citric component that I often describe as this kind of artificial citric aspect. So the Mejorado variety is the one that has most certainly caught my interest the most. So if you guys do see any of these coffee roasters releasing a Mejorado coffee, then that will immediately catch my interest, and I'm hoping to review as many of them as soon as I can. So this one right here was another nice coffee that we did have from Say. And my favorite coffee this month, and for anybody that watches all of our reviews, then this won't come as a surprise to you. It is the Caramo, the natural processed Ethiopia from Father's Coffee Roastery out of Ostrava, Czech Republic. And this one is one of my favorite natural processed coffees that we have ever reviewed on this channel. And it's not hard to tell why. This one was a little bit of a throwback in the sense that it offered so many vibrant and wild blueberry-like aspects. It was that vintage blueberry bomb that we experienced so many years ago, one of the coffees that really got us all interested in coffee in general. And at that same time, it still offered great clarity, as a lot of the natural coffees that have been released over the last couple of years haven't had the same clarity as this one did, as this one scored a level 4, which is a very rare feat in modern coffee for us anyway. So this one, for that reason, was one of my favorite natural processed coffees that we've ever reviewed on this channel. And honestly, as of this moment, it's my favorite coffee that we have reviewed up to this point. So massive credit to Fathers. I do hope to review some more of their coffees. It is a little disappointing that this one's no longer available, because I feel like a lot of people would have really enjoyed this one. They do have another natural processed Ethiopia that doesn't necessarily sound like my flavor profile, but for the time being, I'm really impressed by some of the coffees that Fathers have been putting out. All right, let's go ahead and discuss our coffee of the month. And if you guys follow us on Instagram, or if you subscribe to us, then you'll see that we have a poll each month. And I decided that it's going to be the second Monday of each month that I'm going to put them up, both on Instagram as well as our YouTube. And our coffee of the month won both polls, and it was the Felipe Luzon from Regalia Coffee. And the reason that I don't have it is because it hasn't arrived yet. It's scheduled to arrive actually next week, which is a little unfortunate because I did order it a while ago. However, I do have the Felipe Luzon from Say Coffee right here, as I did purchase both versions of this coffee, and that gives us an opportunity to compare and contrast. And as I've kind of been saying, any coffee that does have the Mejorado variety is going to immediately catch my interest. So it's no surprise that I wanted to purchase this one in addition to the one from Regalia. If I'm being completely honest, I'm kind of happy that one won. That one was my own personal first choice, but as I say, from this point going forward, our coffee of the month will be something that you can vote on. So if you're not already subscribed to us, or if you don't follow us on Instagram, then I would suggest doing both. That way you get an opportunity to vote on our coffee of the month for the upcoming months. So I'm really excited for that one, another Mejorado coffee, and I'm just going to continue to review them as many opportunities as I get. Last thing I wanted to discuss is the Say reviews, because this one right here is another Say coffee that we will be reviewing, and obviously at this point we've reviewed a number of them up to this point, and I'm going to be completely honest, it's not my objective or my goal to review a lot of Say's coffees. I've said that before, that I don't want to review too many of them too often and over the course of a year, and that's why there was a point last year where we did take a brief break from reviewing a lot of Say's coffees. With that being said, Say is releasing the type of coffee that I do want to review, and that is most notably the Mejorado as well as the Chirroso coffees. So as long as they continue to release those, I'm going to continue to want to purchase them. That's why I keep hinting at any other coffee roasters that are offering those varieties to please bring them to my attention, because I would love to review them from other coffee roasters as well. It's just a really special time in coffee that I think we're having right now, given that these varieties are still mostly in the washed processing stage, so they haven't been tampered with too much, and I do love the potential that both of these varieties are yielding. So please let me know, and if there's anything else you guys want me to review, then please let me know as well, because as you know, we have our suggestions recommendations list that I always include in our monthly recap videos down below as well, so check that out if you're not already familiar with it. I think I'm going to leave this recap at that though. If you guys are enjoying the content, give this video a like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. This right here has been a recap of our reviews from the month of February 2023. And as always, thank you for watching.